Welcome back to AZ Languages. Hi everyone, this is Bella, and I'm happy you're here for another English listening and shadowing practice lesson. One of my favorite things to talk about is food. Food is something that brings people together, creates memories, and gives us a chance to experience different cultures. And of course, one of the best ways to enjoy food is by going to restaurants. So in today's lesson, we're going to talk about restaurants, especially restaurants in the United States. We'll look at different types of restaurants, restaurant culture, tipping, useful expressions you can use when ordering food, and a few modern changes that have become common in recent years. As always, just relax, listen carefully, and try to follow along. Let's get started. I've always enjoyed eating at restaurants. It's not only about the food itself. I also enjoy the atmosphere, the conversations, and the experience of trying something new. Some people love cooking at home every day, and I enjoy that too, but sometimes it's nice to let someone else do the cooking. In the United States, there are many different types of restaurants. They can usually be grouped into several categories. The first category is fast food restaurants. These are the places most people recognize immediately. Restaurants like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, and many others fall into this category. Fast food restaurants focus on serving food quickly. Customers usually order at a counter, through a drive-thru, or using a digital kiosk. The food is generally inexpensive, and the goal is speed and convenience. Many people visit fast food restaurants when they're busy, traveling, or looking for a quick meal. While fast food isn't always considered the healthiest option, it's still extremely popular throughout the country. The next category is casual chain restaurants. These restaurants are a little more formal than fast food places, but they're still affordable for most people. A chain restaurant is a restaurant that has many locations. You might find the same restaurant in different cities and even in different states. Examples include places that serve American food, Italian food, Mexican food, or other types of cuisine. One advantage of chain restaurants is consistency. If you've eaten at one location before, you usually know what to expect at another location. The menu is often very similar, and the experience tends to be predictable. After that, we have independently owned restaurants. These are restaurants owned by individuals, couples, or families rather than large corporations. In American English, people sometimes refer to family-owned businesses as mom and pop businesses. This expression describes small businesses that are run by local families. Many people love these restaurants because they often have unique recipes, special traditions, and a personal touch. The owners may know many of their customers by name, which creates a warm and friendly atmosphere. Some of the best meals I've ever had came from small, family-owned restaurants. These places may not have huge advertising budgets, but they often serve amazing food. Another category is fine dining. Fine dining restaurants are usually more elegant and more expensive. The service is often highly professional, the presentation of the food is carefully designed, and the overall experience is meant to feel special. People often visit these restaurants for birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations, business dinners, or other important occasions. Some of the most famous restaurants in the world receive Michelin stars. A Michelin star is one of the highest honors a restaurant can receive. Restaurants with 1, 2, or 3 Michelin stars are often recognized for exceptional food and service. However, dining at these restaurants can be very expensive, so most people don't visit them regularly. One type of restaurant that many people associate with American culture is a diner. A diner is a classic American restaurant that typically serves breakfast foods, burgers, sandwiches, soups, salads, and other comfort foods. One thing people love about diners is that many of them serve breakfast all day long. That means you can order pancakes, eggs, bacon, waffles, or French toast in the evening if you want to. There's something nostalgic about diners. They often have a cozy atmosphere, comfortable booths, friendly servers, and simple menus. Whenever people take road trips across the United States, diners are often part of the experience. You can find them in small towns, near highways, and in places that seem far away from big cities. Stopping at a diner during a long drive feels like a classic American tradition. Now let's talk about something that many visitors find surprising: tipping. Tipping remains a major part of restaurant culture in the United States in 2026. When you eat at a sit-down restaurant and receive table service, you're generally expected to leave a tip for your server. Unlike some countries where service is already included in the bill, tipping is still considered standard practice in most American restaurants. Over the past several years, tipping expectations have changed somewhat. Many payment screens now suggest percentages automatically. It's common to see suggested tips of 18%, 20%, or even 25%. Because of this, many people have strong opinions about tipping. Some believe the suggested percentages have become too high, while others feel they fairly compensate restaurant workers. Regardless of these debates, leaving a tip is still an important part of American restaurant culture. If you're visiting the United States and eating at a sit-down restaurant, it's a good idea to be familiar with this custom. Another change that has become common in recent years is digital ordering. Many restaurants now allow customers to scan a QR code using their phone to view the menu. Some restaurants even allow customers to place orders and pay directly from their phones without speaking to a server very much. Self-service kiosks have also become more common. Instead of ordering from a cashier, customers can use a touchscreen to choose their food and complete their purchase. Some people enjoy these technologies because they're fast and convenient. Other people prefer the traditional experience of talking to a person. Both options are becoming increasingly common. Now let's look at some useful expressions you can use in restaurants. Imagine that you've just arrived at a restaurant. Usually, the first person you speak with is the host or hostess. If there are 2 people in your group, you can say, "Can we have a table for 2, please?" If there are 4 people, you can say, "Can we have a table for 4, please?" This is a very natural expression. Once you're seated and ready to order, there are several common phrases you can use. You can say, "I'll have the cheeseburger." You can also say, "I'll take the cheeseburger," or "Can I have the cheeseburger?" All of these expressions sound natural and polite. You simply replace the word cheeseburger with whatever food you want. For example, "I'll have the chicken sandwich." "I'll take the pasta." "Can I have the grilled salmon?" They're all perfectly acceptable. If you want something additional after you've already ordered, you can use the phrase, "Could I have," for example, "Could I have another glass of water, please?" "Could I have some extra napkins, please?" "Could I have some ketchup, please?" This expression is extremely useful and very polite. If you need a few more minutes before ordering, you can tell the server, "We need a few more minutes," or "We're still deciding." These are common phrases that native speakers use all the time. If the food is excellent, you might tell the server, "Everything is great," or "The food is delicious." Restaurant staff always appreciate positive feedback. When you're finished eating, things work a little differently in the United States compared to some other countries. In many American restaurants, the server usually brings the check automatically when they notice that you're finished. You often don't need to ask for it. However, if you're ready and the check hasn't arrived yet, you can simply say, "Could we get the check, please?" Or, "Could we have the bill, please?" Both expressions are widely understood. Restaurants are more than just places to eat. They're places where people celebrate birthdays, meet friends, spend time with family, have business meetings, and create memories. Some restaurants become local landmarks that people visit for years or even decades. Others become famous because of a special dish or a unique atmosphere. No matter what type of restaurant you prefer, there's probably a place that matches your taste. Some people love fast food because it's quick and convenient. Others enjoy cozy family-owned restaurants. Some people love trying fine dining experiences, and others simply enjoy sitting in a classic diner with a cup of coffee and a good conversation. Personally, I enjoy trying all kinds of restaurants. I think every type offers a different experience. One of the best parts about traveling is discovering local restaurants and tasting foods that you can't easily find anywhere else. Food tells a story about culture, history, and community, and restaurants give us a chance to experience that story firsthand. All right, that's all for today's listening practice lesson. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you learned some useful vocabulary and expressions that you can use the next time you visit a restaurant or speak English with someone. Leave a comment and tell me what your favorite type of restaurant is. Do you prefer fast food, family-owned restaurants, diners, or fine dining? I'd love to hear your answer. Take care, keep practicing your English every day, and I'll see you in the next lesson here on AZ Languages.